Hey folks, welcome back to Total War Rome 2. We are continuing our Senones Let's Play. Last time we were able to kind of push back the Syracuse, and we're getting ready to try and push into their territory and head southward. And we are trying to build up some forces over here with this fleet and army to be able to take on Ilaria. Make sure, as always, to let me know in the comments down below whether you want to see a Macedonian campaign next in our grand historical Let's Play, or if you want to see a Hannibal at the Gates campaign next. I'm probably doing Alexander unless y'all say something different, so let me know. So, let's get started. So what we need to do now is we need to focus on taking Pithecusae. We've got no garrison, and they've only got 4 fleet, so we should be able to take that. Once this army arrives, we can put them on shore and move down with the fleet, and that'll give us a 4... I mean, that's... Oh, I'm sorry. That'll give us 4 armies there, and that'll be a an advantage for sure. Alright, so this is a thing that's happened. Do I have an army that... Yeah, I'm recruiting one here. The history apparently spawned right there. And I've got to get an army up there to fight them. But I've got to recruit one because I don't have the troops that I need. Neapolis, we are building up. Trying to build some coin mints because we have to have those to win the game, which is always fun. Build a coin maker here, and build a coin maker here. And I suppose we can end the turn. Oh, Bryosenia? Who are you? The headhunters? Let's give you despoil. And then let me look at politics and see how everyone's doing. They're doing good because we just won a civil war. That's all fine and dandy. Oh. The Neuragic Confederation trying to poke my defenses southward. History are going to take that this turn. There's not a thing in the world I can do about it. That is an elite army. Holy cow. Auto-resolve. I'm just going to have to take it back. Jewels from Massalia, very good. Okay, so fleet destroyed. The garrison fleet. Let me see construction report. Coin mint in Neapolis. That's fine. We don't have to have that upgraded anymore. Coin maker in Bovianum. Upgrade that to a mint. Oh, a little bit of lag there for some reason. Coin maker in Albegonum. Can't upgrade that because it costs too much. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, why is my mouse doing that? Weird. Okay, so next up we need to... I guess what I should do, since this army's just kind of chilling, just send it to take Pithecus. We're just gonna call it P. We're gonna take P. Let's move this army closer. Let's double time you, because no need in taking longer than we have to. Put you there. And you'll be there next turn, and we'll be able to start moving. This army here, we still got to figure out what to do with recruitment. Hmm. For now, let's get some Gallic Hunters. Let's get 2 units Gallic Hunters, 2 units of Skirmishers, and then throw in a couple Spears for good measure. That'll help against their cav, and they do have quite a bit of cavalry, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. And that'll be cheaper than what we've been doing with these Noble Gallic swords. We're going to have to recruit more Noble Gallic swordsmen, but not right now, because my economy just simply cannot handle it. We're sitting at 17 units. We need 80. Okay. Now then, ideally, I don't enter into a war with Taurus, but I don't see that happening. And I mean, I've got to raise their settlement anyways. So I think what I had decided last time is that it may be time to go ahead and go into war with them. They do have some pretty strong armies sitting here waiting on me, though. So I want to make sure I have all of these provinces united and then be able to move in from 1 or 2 fronts. Okay. I guess, unless there's something to do in diplomacy, that's going to end my turn. Yeah. Okay. Let's end the turn.
We would be... My people may...
Assassination plot. Let's hire bodyguards. The Massili and Carthago, so that should not be a problem for us. Quartermaster's report. Very good. What is with this mouse lag? Maybe it's something to do with my setup here. Hold on just 1 second, guys. Okay, let's try that. Trait gained and a bunch of stuff built. Compsa just finished a first level upgrade. Let's go ahead and upgrade it to level 2. Actually, let's hold off on that. I need... well, it's not that much money. Get a couple units of Gallic X cavalry, and that's all I can do in the recruitment for this turn. This unit, or this army can land. Let's see if they can land. Nah, they can't do it without double time, so let's do it that way. And then let's actually have you head south and try and cut off this army to keep them from getting back to Ilaria. And then we'll be able to start marching southward from Mantinon next turn. Where's my army? They're there. Okay, you go ahead and attack that settlement next turn. How's Bovianum doing? Do we need the army here still? Military presence is 19. I'm going to go ahead and withdraw you back to Compsa. And we'll probably start trying to move into Taurus territory here before too long. Like I said, I want to get a little bit more of a united front. I don't want to let the Syracuse have a staging ground. A Neuragic Confederation is making some moves. The Daunians want some military alliance. I'm going to give it to them. They want a peace treaty. Sure. 5 loyalty. Everyone's still happy. That's all good. Go ahead and take that settlement. Auto-resolve. Yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference what we do there. sack it. Oh, lag.
Your orders?
And then raise it.
Ready for orders.
And let's rebuild it. So here, we need to build up the port. Let's go ahead and build an industry. And we don't need another grove here. Let's build a well. That'll give us a little bit of public order. And depending on which route we go, give us a little bit of wealth. That has taken out the staging grounds for the Syracuse. Okay, now we can start having these armies move south. So let's move them to the border. I think we'll keep them there for this turn.
I am ready.
My general over here could have a couple units of Axe cavalry. Yep. I'm going to throw in some more noble Gallic swordsmen, another unit of Axe cavalry, and then 2 units of horse skirmishers. And that'll be a strong enough force we can go ahead and take back to Guest. Hopefully the Samnites just leave that army there, and if the Herpini come back, they can take care of them.
As you request.
Let's move it to Compta. So ideally, we don't want this fleet just serving as a deterrent against this one. But there's not much I can do because chasing them down is going to lead me far away from Ilaria, and I do want this fleet to take part in the action there. So, I'm going to just keep it here. It's a pretty good position it's in, so that'll be fun. Actually, do this same recruitment, but I'll need to move you to the border's edge.
Watch over this traveler. Is that all?
Yeah, that's a pretty good army. I don't know if it's the best setup I could do, but definitely ain't the worst. Let's go ahead and have him do a scouting trip into Taurus, see if we can't find any armies through here. We're gonna have to sit here for 3 turns and let them get a garrison to not just have our enemies just immediately take it back. Let's end the turn. No, I'm not joining your war. So I think I went about this campaign wrong. I really do. Because this campaign is, I think, largely meant to be taken into a naval form of warfare. They want Carthage wants a defensive alliance. Yeah. And what I mean by that
We have long
is that I don't think I did this the right way, and I'm supposed to, taking the entire Italian peninsula. I think what you're supposed to do is, you see these objectives down here, you're supposed to raise or sack Rome, Bovianum, Taurus, Syracuse, Rhegion, whatever that's called. I think that's trying to incentivize you to take to the seas and to do those individually. But I didn't do that. And I've not had too bad a time because of that. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I just kind of think I've messed up somehow in this campaign, making it longer than it needs to be. Who knows? Okay, so they've retreated one of their armies. And they really don't have a garrison here at Ilaria anymore, which means we can take it and not have to worry that much. So let's go ahead and move, which is the best army.
As you request. I am ready.
Okay, let's move this army in.
Have them all! Starve them to death!
No, don't auto-resolve just
Encircle
yet.
them!
Let's minimize casualties
Hurry up!
in just.
For battle. On the move, lads. The way is shut.
Go
Kill
with
them!
pure superiority,
Them to death!
and this should take care of them. The Illyrians are dead. Let's sack it,
Finish my wine.
raise it,
I
and then
live
we'll
to
rebuild
serve
it.
My people.
Hello? Oh, cannot build. Fine. Wait. Repair. Weird. Okay, whatever. Let's build a warrior's lodge, communal ground, commons, and an industry. And we'll have our fleet begin chasing these. Actually, no, because I'm afraid they'll, like, move both armies in, and I don't think he can take that, so we'll move the fleet into Illyria as well. All this looks extremely interesting. What on earth is that building? Huh. So we're going to get some native Sardi Hillmen and Etruscan Spearmen. That's an interesting combo. Let's go ahead and be moving this army as well. We can force march it. To Guest. Okay. So 2 more turns in P. How does I've got to try to pronounce this Pithekusai. Pithekusai. Interesting. But let that rebuild. I'll leave one army in Illyria because they're just completely abandoning Corsica, meaning that we can fight them in Sardinia. But we'll take these 2 armies down instead of removing this one, and that'll give us a pretty easy win on that front. Hey. So how's loyalty doing? Fine. Fine. Okay. Very nice. I still need to make some more appointments. I keep forgetting about those. It's such a random thing to have as a win condition. And I can't build another one this turn. Okay. Let's end the turn. Oh, yep, I forgot about all of the leveling up we did.
As you request.
I can't upgrade the subtraction of upkeep for some reason, which is dumb. But I will get us some more defenses, and then let's give you warrior. And that's it. Let's end the turn. They want me to join war. I'm not going to do that quite yet. Syracuse wants a peace treaty. I am 100% okay with that for right now. Because even though I do need to get down here and raise their capital, I've got to face Taurus now because there's just simply too much border in between us and Syracuse to do anything else. Okay, so they're going to try and make a new defensive stand at that province. I can't remember what it's
The
called. No, I'm
sword
not.
is drawn, but
Now that I have an advantage.
Give careful
Military
attention, and
access,
then
sure. And I am not joining your war that I just made peace for. Okay, let's convert Illyrian's provinces. And that's going to take most of our income for this turn.
can I
Let's go ahead and have you march south.
we love
I think we can still take them on, especially with our navy.
I live to serve my
What?
people.
Traps, arrows in the dark, and sudden minor ambushes.
Our path is blocked.
Interesting. So they have attrition from this specific people. That's they've got a pretty decent garrison, so yeah, we'll definitely need the fleet. I don't think the fleet's going to be getting much in the way of reinforcement or providing much in the way of reinforcements to
As you
these
request.
armies until they get down there, though. But we can certainly provide them once we get down there. Okay, let's see here. Still really can't build anything else because of money. Speaking of which, what is that at now? What's the number? 5? Okay. Well, I guess that'll be okay, because there's not much I can do about it. This is finally finished construction. So we can move you back into our own territories. Let's go ahead and upgrade that to get the better garrison. Then let's end the turn. I forgot to move my agent. Yeah. Okay, they're retreating from that province as well.
Glory could be
They are
yours.
not willing to meet us in open battle. Okay, so that's honestly not a terrible thing for us.
Let me fight.
We can go ahead and attack this army with my fleet, and I think we can win it without any shenanigans other than night attack. Even with day attack, we don't have to worry too much, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, because that just makes it into a sure thing with minimal casualties. I suck at naval battles, partially because Rome 2's naval battles are not that good, so I'm not going to
Can I
try that right now.
take this
Attack Polis, encircle,
Starve them to death.
move this army down, move you into the reinforcement range, and just like that, bada bing, bada boom, that'll give us a victory. Sack it,
Sea beckons. I live.
raise
Can I
it,
finish my wine?
and rebuild it. What was that? Proton... Proto-neurog... Don't know. That's interesting. Let's rebuild. Sacred enclosure, and let's do a farm here. So we've got their armies separated. We're now able to move into Sardinia if we so desire, but first we're going to need a little bit of time to kind of rebuild here. And not have to worry about losing these provinces after we've taken them. Okay, so this army up north is going to get pretty close this turn. I don't want so they can't reach us. I don't want them ambushing us because that'll ruin any shot we have. And this army needs to move back inland. Okay, so in Potentia and Elia, there is not any armies. But they've got 3 armies in these 2 provinces.
As you request.
So I think what I need to do is a little bit of a stealth attack to keep them from combining their armies whenever they see ours. And I'm going to do that by trying to attack Ikarantia with these 2 armies. Move into Potentia with this army. And that should provide us with an opportunity to be on more even ground. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Let's end the turn, I suppose, unless there's something I'm missing. Sure there is. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and go to coin mint. What my agent? My agent can find anything else here.
Better get a shift on.
Nothing there.
Getting any younger.
Let's move you north. What? There's only 1 garrison here. Wow. Quarantine Hoplite. That's interesting. Huh. I wonder why that is. Well, let's, I guess, in the turn, I'm going to build, this is not good for public order, but I really don't care right now. I'm going to build a slave trader that's going to increase wealth from slaves, which we really do need. Our slave population's only providing plus 276 income. In the turn, keep getting distracted. Scourges of the Sea. Let's give you Warrior, and let's give you Soldier, and let's end the turn. Yeah! Construction is completed in Alaria. Let's go ahead and rebuild Paulus as well. Okay, so we should be in range for everyone to attack. We are not. They have moved their army. I think they foresaw what I'm trying to do, which is quite rude of them. They are all over here. Okay, well in that case, I guess there is no harm in going ahead and attacking this province. They're allied with the Syracuse. Not much I can do about it. Actually, before I do that way, I am allied with the Daunians, Carthage. I'm going to see if I can't mooch off of Carthage. They should have a pretty good economy, so let's join war against the Syracuse. And I will demand 4,000? 2,000. 2,000? Sweet.
The blessings of
and I just realized I joined war against the wrong people.
You are most
No! Crap. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's see if we can't extract some more money to get into war with the right people this time. The Daunians join war against Taurus.
Attentive audience.
Whoops. Join war against Taurus. Demand payment. 3,000. You're not willing to do it. Samnites, how are you?
The gods bless us with your presence today. I will doubtless find pleasure in your wisdom here.
Wait, okay, we can make that work. And let's go ahead and take Akarantia.
We take this settlement.
Let's not
for
even
the
bother
tribe.
trying to get the other army in here. We're going to put them in reinforcement range anyways. Sack it
I live to serve my people.
and raise it and rebuild it. So let's do sacred enclosure, a well, and then a warrior's lodge, and let's rebuild this. Move you into reinforcement range.
We love you. Goat.
Go ahead and have you start to attack Potentia. And that puts us directly on the border with the Syracusans again. That's not where I'm actually wanting to go. I'm going to do a war coordination target with the Samnites against that settlement. Does it work with one as well? I think that it's the same. Okay. And that should have their armies concentrate down here to be able to keep them occupied while we make further moves inland. We need to be the first one to take Taurus, so we don't have to declare war on an ally.
My wine, as you
But we'll take Potentia next turn, and then move this army to Elia, and then move these two armies down to Siblion. Now then, I do need to remember while I'm thinking of it, to get this army out of this stance and put you here. Next turn, we'll begin attacking the history. But I do think that is all I can do this turn, really. There's not really anything else I need to do, so I'm just going to end the turn here. I'm kind of having to rebuild every place I conquer, so it's going to take me a while. Taurus has managed to beat some of the Samnite armies. Okay. Not ideal. But it does keep these Samnites from trying to attack Taurus before I get a chance to. Ally confirms war target. Very good. Go ahead and have you attack Potentia. And potentially... no. Yeah, Tarantine Hoplites. Let's just auto-resolve this. Just like that. They're out of the battle. And sack. Raise. And rebuild. Let's build a commons. And a craftsman house, maybe? Yeah, let's build a craftsman house, sacred enclosure, and a farm. As for over here, we can go ahead and move these two armies. Actually, Syracuse are posing a threat, so let's take care of them. Oh, I can't reach them. Dang. Okay. Well, let me look northward first. So this is interesting. They decided to move out of their settlement. I am not going to try and attack them. I'm going to attack their settlement. Then I'm going to do night attack. Just like so, and that will give us an easy win. And will put us in control of the settlement where we have the defensive advantage. So the Syracuse have kind of messed me up here by putting that army there.
Can I finish my wine?
There's not much I can really do about it right now. I suppose what I can do, change my ward coordination target to that army. And have the Samnites and the Frentani attack them. Now then, over here, I have been letting this army exist when I really shouldn't be. Get rid of them. Enslave.
Ready to sail.
And move back to Paulus. Now then, what does that do for our income? Not much. The slave population is so hard to keep up. Venetia, that's okay. So yeah, our public order is doing fine everywhere except in Lucania, which we just conquered, and Venetia, which we just conquered one of the province of. So that's fine. So what we really should be doing is Illyria is kind of in a good place. We should have this army move up and attack this, or this fleet move up and attack this army. And we should really begin another invasion. So I think that we can go ahead and put you to sea.
Hurry up.
And see here, yep, we can just do that.
Yes. Our course.
And we will be able to take Aranoa here in the next couple turns.
Fleet. Ready.
Leaving this army at Illyria is probably a good idea until we get rid of these fleets. Okay, so the Syracuse also have an army down here,
Can I finish
which I cannot reach either. This is unfortunate. I want to be able to kind of pick off their armies one by one. They're just out of range. Ugh. Oh well, let's go ahead and end the turn. Akapos and Lanikos. Actually, before I end the turn, fine. Loyalty's doing fine. Stalkers of Kama. Let's go ahead and do Despoil, and then Howling Harnesses? A weird name. Warriors. Syracuse is making some moves. Okay, so they're no longer a threat to us on that front. I'm not going to do peace with Taurus. I need their province. I need to raise their province before I can even consider peace. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. Actually, you know what? We'll fight it. We'll fight it. This will be the battle of the episode. It's a pretty good one, too. I mean, strong armies both sides. I think this will be fun. Okay. So, Garrison is not going to be really any help at all. Get a look at these troops. They're longsword warriors. That's what makes up the majority of them. And then we've got some Gallic spears kind of filling in the ranks with some Gallic axe cavalry. I'm pretty sure I saw a sword. Yeah, okay, it's the captain. No, not their captain. Don't know why that's a thing. Maybe that's their general? No, their general's here. Weird. Oh, well, so... way I'm going to do this is try to make the most out of my cavalry. So I'm going to move these units outside of this city and put them into this wooded area over here. Hide them from the enemies like that. And then we're going to have our... Actually, we're going to put a couple units of spears to hold this line. And no, they're not as good as, say, Noble Gallic Swordsmen, but we can always put in the Gallic Swordsmen. And the spearmen can race a charge better, I think. Go ahead and put some swordsmen there. And there's no way they can come in through here, so let's go ahead and put 2 swords here. And that'll have all of our bases covered. Almost. All of our bases covered. Put 2 here. Okay, there we go. That's got all our bases covered. And we should be able to do a pretty decent job with our skirmishers at just picking them off from up here. From down here, I mean, because they'll be up on this hill, which is actually a pretty good thing if they come in through here, because then they're going to be at an angle where we can shoot them. So that's what we're going to try for. Let's start the battle, move you into position over here. Some pretty elite cavalry in this group, especially with my general there. The swordsmen have frenzied charge, which will serve us well if they move in against the spearman unit, and it looks like they're going to charge their cavalry directly into our spearmen, which, I mean, you just can't ask for a better volley than that. Just like that. That's beautiful. Yeah. There we go. Spearmen are engaged. They're going to make quick work of them. They're already down to 32 men. Our skirmishers are doing wonders. And that's that entire unit destroyed in the first minute of the battle.
Sons of Gaul!
Let's go ahead and send one of the hunter units over here, because they're definitely going... Actually, send both hunter units over here. They're definitely going to try to make a push over here as well. We're going to charge in. They're not really going to get a good charge. So we're able to just kind of use our natural advantage here of defense and stats. Our skirmishers are firing on their Gallic spearmen as they charge in. They're going to make pretty quick work of them once we charge in our swordsmen. But first we're going to let a few more get engaged. That Gallic axe cavalry is losing decisively. Our archers are almost deployed. Once they all get engaged, we can move in our cavalry. Actually, let's go ahead and move in our skirmish cav. And let's go ahead and charge in one unit of Gallic swords. Actually, let's charge on both of them and just make quick work and be able to move them to a different front. Hunters are firing down on these troops over here with their longsword warriors. It's where the bulk of their forces have decided to end up. Let's go ahead and move our axe cavalry into position to take out these skirmishers and to charge their rear. I mean, we are just ripping through their spearmen because of those javelins. And now these javelins are going to be doing work on them. Ex-cavalry are making their way in. And just ripping through them. Let's go ahead and have you charge this Gallic hunter that's decided to get a little nosy. Go ahead and move y'all in.
One of our units has used all its
So the
ammunition.
skirmishers, I am assuming, yeah, those are already out of ammo. They do not last long. Attack those spearmen. Oh, like axe cavalry, you help out with the skirmisher so they can retreat Because ideally, we don't want them
One of our units has used all its
being
ammunition.
the melee cavalry. They have such good effect with the javelins.
Swift horseman!
Alright, and that has got that entire side of the battle just completely taken care of.
Ready!
Let's go ahead and move our Axe Cavalry into charging position. And we'll go ahead and move this horse skirmisher unit, actually we'll move both of them, why not, over here, and let's charge in.
Warriors!
Get a good view on this. Right into the rear of their longsword warriors. Just like that. Just got them pretty shaken.
Understood!
Charge into those spears that came back, and we'll send in this unit as well. They're not going to take on this flank for sure, so let's go ahead and just move in with those units to help out. Move you to this side to start firing down on them. Cavalry frenzied charge right into their backs again. Okay, so they have officially broken. Let's go ahead and charge in over here. Let's get our Gallic spears to be cleanup crew.
One of our units has used all its
Skirmish cavalry are taking on the skirmishers. The skirmishers have kind of sallied out. Let's go ahead and charge them down.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, let's have you back up. Let's have you back up, because we don't want you getting stuck in melee combat whenever you're just a skirmisher cavalry unit. And we have them pretty well entirely broken already. Let's go ahead and get some prisoners here. I mean, just absolutely beautiful how this is going. Go ahead and charge them. We're completely out
Our hidden
of
units have been
ammo
discovered.
on one unit, and we're almost out on the other. Cavalry is making good work of them. I mean, they are just ripping through them.
Our aim is true!
Go ahead and have our... Oh, they've broken. I want them gotten rid of, and I want to improve my economy with some slaves. So let's keep on keeping on. I mean, yeah, we're just ripping through them. This is... You honestly could not ask for a better battle. It went pretty much perfectly. Longsword warriors are starting to escape. Let's not let them do that. Let's have you turn off fire at will mode. I mean, just need to catch them now. Oh, like Axe Cavalry, let's go ahead and have you charge their general. Let's fast forward a bit. Charge into the spears.
The enemy
Enemy general is dead. Get those spears as well. And I mean, that's a pretty good number. Some got away over here, but that'll be fine. Let's quit the battle. Decisive victory. 2,600 of them are dead. They've only got 200 men left. I mean, if they survive, it's not a big deal. Let's enslave captives. And that's got rid of them entirely. Sweet. Now then, let me check how that has affected our income, if it has at all. Yeah, that's quite a bit of a buff. Sweet. So in Potentia, we can try and move this army against the Syracusan army. And honestly, I don't hate that idea, except for the fact that I want to be able to take Sylvia. And I think we still can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this army south to help out, and we're going to attack with this army. Just like so. And they're going to fight it, which makes me really glad that I brought in the other army. We're going to quick save and just auto-resolve this one. And that will take care of that army. Get rid of them. Let's enslave these captives as well. What does that do for our economy? 863. How is our public order doing? Because I do not need to get so many that it ends up messing us up on that. Okay, there. Public order's fine.
I am ready.
Let's have you head over to Elia. Let's go ahead and try and take Sylbion. Because I really think we can, especially with the Samnite army sitting here.
Them to death.
We're not going to be able to use the Samnite army. Apparently they've either declined to attack or they are not in range or something like that. But we're going to be able to take this. So let's just auto-resolve, sack it. Yeah!
I am ready.
And raise it.
Them.
And that'll give us this province.
I am ready.
Is this part of the same region? No, it is not. So we don't have to worry about a civil war from public order on this side of things. Cool. What about over here? We can go ahead and attack.
The way is
I guess let's do it. I mean, there's nothing really keeping us here. The circle.
settlement.
I am ready. I can't go there.
So apparently there is another army around here, but we should, with this fleet, be able to just take care of it. Yeah.
Them down.
I mean, that is not a problem at all. And just like that, Terranova is falling. Let's sack it. And let's raise it.
Warriors all.
Of course, as always, let's rebuild it. Yeah, I've gotta build it in their culture. And then, so let's do a warrior's lodge, let's do a commons, and let's do a craftsman house. So the slave trader should be helping out with slave income, that's good. Should be helping out with industry income as well. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to a jeweler. And let's see if we can't get our fleet up here to take on that army that's just kind of stranded. Let's do that. I wasn't really paying attention to what the different stat blocks were. Okay, so we now have guest back, and we're holding on to it. Let's go ahead and upgrade it so that it has a better garrison in the future. And we don't have to worry about this again. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and do a slave trader and a jeweler here as well. And let's go ahead and put a grove of Knunas to help out with any public order problems that may cause. But I want to be able to just trust that this settlement could hold its own. So I'm going to put a horse farm here. And then I'm going to put Warrior's Lodge and some Warrior's Lodge. No, not a Warrior's Lodge. Oh, you mean yes, but I want to work my way up to a proving ground so that we get the X infantry, and then we're going to upgrade the settlement type itself. So I am correct. There really shouldn't be any danger looming in the south I mean, there's nothing down here. So, what I need to figure out now is whether I can take on Taurus with one army, or if I need to try and take it on with two, while I take on Syracuse with one army. I think the best way to go about this is to move this army south and attack Taurus that way, with this army assisting whenever they get down here. And that'll give us a couple of armies to take out this entire boot hill here. And we can have a unified front against the Syracuse and move into Sicily. And I mean, once we move into Sicily and we finish up here in Sardinia, or Valeria, what is Valeria? I mean, this is Sardinia. Whenever we finish with Sardinia, that'll give us the entire map except for Carthage. And just for the heck of it, there's a very good shot I just tried for Carthage, because this will be the very first. If I manage to do that and win, this will be the very first campaign map that I have conquered fully. Counting military not counting military allies, you know. And I might try and do that, but I don't know. Conquering military allies, even whenever it's just a game, just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's not fun at that point. Let's do a sacred enclosure, artisans lodging, warriors lodge, repair this. Actually, let's not just repair, because this is Greek culture. For some reason, we're able to change it to our culture type. No garrison, which is fine. Wasn't expecting there to be any. But I think that is where I'm going to leave this episode, because we made quite a bit of progress. We are now at war with Taurus. We've managed to conquer 3 of their provinces, beat back the Syracuse, beat back the Illyrians, beat back or destroy the history. I mean, we're doing pretty good. So I will end it here, and make sure you leave a comment down below about the next campaign you want to see. Make sure you do all the things cool kids do nowadays, like, subscribe, do all that. And I will see you next time.